Good morning. Welcome again. We're back at it to go through the scriptures. And we are here at Matthew chapter 7, verses, what is it, 14? No, 15, 16 through 18. Oh, no, not even close. It is 15 through 19. 15 through 19 today. Interesting context. Again, we're still in not the Beatitudes, but the Sermon on the Mount, which contains the Beatitudes. Got a lot of stuff on me here. Rough morning with the baby. so, still here in the Sermon on the Mount, and just kind of going through some of the statements that Jesus has been talking about, expounding on the law, expounding on what the citizens of the kingdom of God look like, what their characteristics look like, and how to get into the kingdom, and things like that. So that's what Jesus has been talking about. Now we come to this portion where he talks about uh, the true and the false prophets, and basically he says, um, false prophets come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravenous wolves. And then he gives an illustration. He continues the illustration upon illustration to drive home the point. But he was saying, he talks about you can't. He talks about a tree bearing good fruit, or a good tree bears good fruit, and a bad tree bears bad fruit. You can't get grapes from a bush, and you can't get figs from thistles, and stuff like that. So you will know them by their fruits. You will know these false prophets or these true prophets by their fruits. I think what he is also, I mean, again, it points to the characteristics of those people who are in the kingdom. He's been talking about what it looks like for someone to trust and depend on God, as far as like making oaths, adultery, divorce, and stuff like that. He's giving all of these authoritative descriptions and examples and commands, if you will, about how the demands of the kingdom and what to expect from it and stuff. So he's given all of these things, and then he says this poignant piece here: you will know them by their fruits. And then he also talks about how the bad tree is good for nothing but to be cut down and burned in the fire. So the consequence, again, it's an illustration that he's giving, and doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, those people who are represent themselves as false prophets will go to hell. All right. So what is a prophet then? A prophet is one who speaks for God. A prophet is a mouthpiece for God. Like I said, speaks for God. He forthtells and foretells. So he tells about what we're supposed to be doing right now as we are living for God, and then what possibly could be what would happen in the future, like giving a future prediction. But the main thing is speaking for God, or speaking through the unction or through the direction of God and stuff like that. That is the role of the prophet. And so one of the things, he could be distinguishing himself from those people who are the religious leaders during that time, and he is going to go on and do miracles and claim, and these miracles are going to speak to, I mean, it's not just that the miracles speak to. Remember, we had talked about some of the prophecies of that his coming is fulfilling. At the beginning, it was like 5 different prophecies that represented, that were coming true in Jesus coming Jesus coming and being and starting ministry and stuff like that. So it was 5 different prophecies that were fulfilled, which adds to a witness of who he is, that he is not a false prophet but a true prophet. But as opposed to hit the religious leaders, which say that they're speaking for God, but then they miss the point of the kingdom of God. So they he's saying, like, look, you can look at my life and you can look at the things that I'm about to do and what I have done, and see that what I am saying is true, and that I am a true prophet sent from God. So yeah, there is that. So you can know You can know a person by their actions. Basically, actions do speak louder than words. You can know a person by their actions. Eventually, who they are will come out, and it won't be a surprise. It will be something that is. It won't be a surprise. I mean, it can possibly be a surprise, but it won't be hidden forever. You will know people by what they do, is what Jesus is saying. The main themes here are true prophets speak for God, false prophets speak for themselves. And they speak for themselves, meaning they speak of themselves, and then they also speak for the benefit of themselves. It's very selfish again. But again, like I said, they're ravenous wolves seeking to devour. And they do it through deception. So, uh, what is the one thing? Who you are truly will be eventually known. The person that you are will come out. It cannot be hidden. You can be hidden for a season, but not forever. You will know. You will know them by their fruits. I mean, just as you look at a tree and stuff like that, you will be able to determine and at a point in time where and what type of fruit tree it is and stuff, or if it's going to bear fruit at all. So there's that piece. That's the one thing. Um, the question that I had for myself was that, who am I? Who am I? What is it? What and then who am I? Do I have is there a ravenous wolf lurking inside me? Do I use deception in order to devour people to get what I want? It's something that I am seeking to examine about myself. Um, I was looking at some of the things that I do, and I was like, you know what? This can't not be the marks of a true prophet. So, and the only one I believe that can change me from the inside out is God. You can take those characteristics, those bad characteristics, and change them so that they represent them well. And I truly want that to happen. And so, but again, the question is, there's that consequence of, the just write this note up here. One thing is for certain is that God will let you know who you are. I know that there was one thing that I was thinking about was that there was like inside my heart, who am I? And I know that God can change that piece of me that like only he can. Only he can change it. So and that's what I depend on. So this has been Apologetic. Sorry if I don't apologize. You guys have a blessed day.